Tell me everything you know about the Ivory sanctum. What is it I'm supposed to know? Where am I supposed to know it from? I'm no demon, just humble hag. I wander forests, make friends. I gather herbs, and I live in peace. Stop lying, you old brute. You've been there, I saw you with my own eyes. Who would let me in? I'm no demon. Only demons are allowed in there. Higher ups from the cultists. All I know is that they have their own spellcasters there. They work their magic over them. How exactly they give the demons their powers, that's a great secret. If you want to discover, that means you have to go there. Where it is, well, you just have to ask your little demon here, she knows better than most. A hag's blooded face breaks into satisfied grin. To satisfy it seems she's stalling for time. But what is she waiting for? I'm curious too. Why do you serve the demons? Me serve the demons? No, I'd never. Girona's who I serve. The angry hag. Our queen, our protector and patron. Whoever brings harm to women, be it young fillies or old crones like me, will find no shelter from Girona's wrath. I wonder if she reacts to Ember, because Ember is also a witch. After muttering, she casts the spell and she says, "So long the pools. Thought you get away, flesh eater. Thanks be to Desna, the bell has you trapped." Realizing that her trick didn't work, the hag desperately darts off. So she's gonna end up the same, no matter what. She ends up the same. We go from this one and we check Arushali. They made a lot of evil companions, okay? A lot of evil companions. And very few actual good companions. Ranger.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
High dex, high intelligence, huge charisma. With rapid shot and deadly aim, Desna's age is permanent. Desna watches over her protege. By the will of the goddess, a whirlwind of sacred butterflies carries Arushali to safety whenever she faces mortal peril. Huge perception, huge stealth, good trickery, persuasion, knowledge, arcane, and mobility. Espionage expert. An espionage expert.
The struggles never
Chaotic
cease.
neutral. Point blank, rapid, deadly aim, clustered, improved criticals with a longbow, trap finder, favored enemy are humans, that's disgusting. Although she deal a lot of damage to cultists, but still it's disgusting. Ranger, instead of demons, it's humans. Precise shot. Many shot. Point blank master. Undercover. Persuasion and stealth checks. Ranger's bond. A bond with companions allows him to spend a move action to grant his favored enemy's bonus against a single target. To all allies within 30 feet. Bonus less for a number of rounds equal to Ranger's wisdom modifier. Expert magic. Uses charisma to cast magic. Some spells. Favored enemy, demons of magic. Favored enemy, undead, demons, and humans. Okay, that's good then. That's good then. She receives quarry now. She is solid, okay. This is the first companion I can't actually complain about. Maybe I can complain a bit about feats, but abilities, favored enemies, that's all great. That's all great. I would only complain about, let's say, rapid shot, cluster shots, many shots, and a point blank master. Would switch those easily, but everything else looks fine. Let's hammer the gap. That's a snapshot. As a weapon focus on longbows, she does need weapon focus on longbow, but she's got improved crit with a longbow. Hammer the gap. Critical focus. Initiative. Longbow. +6. Ah, shit. 14 +2 or 22 +6. I had to add some strength to her, you know. Because of the longbow. So she starts scaling with it. Mythic. Use magic device because you need use magic device. That's why. Don't need that much mobility. The rest of them have mobility. She's gonna stare fire away. She won't provoke attacks of opportunity, so she doesn't need it as much. But you do need use magic device for scrolls and for wands. What, do you wanna play with a pickaxe? If you don't have a Zata, you need notes in Last Chapel, and then you can make her a companion earlier. We got the bigger they are. Mythic weapon focus on a longbow. Let me check her spells, see if I need abundant casting. If I go with abundant casting, there's gonna be a lot of slots available, you know. She becomes a mini mage also. Hurricane bow. I don't know if I should opt in for damage or abundant casting. I really don't know. Hurricane bows. Effortless. Sense vitals. Stride. Greater. Enemy. One hour per level long strider greater. Yeah. I won't give her abundant. There are not that many good spells, okay? There are just not that many good spells. That's the main issue.
Please,
I don't know what
follow
she'll
me.
get later on. Freedom of movement. Blessing of the Salamander. And then that's it. No more spells. It ain't worth it. No, we're gonna rank up damage in Mythic. It just ain't worth it for spells. Simple as that. Expose vulnerability. Done. What do you got from gear? Composite longbow +2 on. And a leather armor. Ay, shit. For real. Come with nothing.
You called?
Sending succubus vampiric touch. Worry. Dismiss spells. Land
Always
has
be
some
ready for the
good
worst.
longbows for the start, although she's still weak. You really. Ah. Sixteen, 19, 5 attacks, 4 attacks, 20 to 30, 16 to 23. Only better chance for a crit, and that's it. We'll see when I ramp stats up how she compares to Len. I'll need to rank stats up. Then we'll know. The main difference are spells. Okay, definitely spells. She can boost herself like crazy. Lan can't do that. He just can't. But she can. But then again, this one shoots more often. This became to D6. Longbow. This Finian is everywhere, man. I click on my main, it's a Warhammer. I click on a Volgif equipped a Finian dagger. Now she's carrying a Finian longbow. I wonder if anyone else has Finian. That Finian bug is absolutely on every character that exists. Oh, yeah, she's got rapid shot. Right. 23. 23. 60, 13 damage. Damage is just straight fucking disgusting without deadly aim.
I'm prepared.
Now it's a bit better.
The struggles never cease. Please, allow me.
16 to 23, 18 to 28. She's still worse than Lan no matter what I pick. She needs gear. We'll see when we get better gear. What did a keg left? Circulating blood. Whenever this amulet is under a blood rage effect, they gain fast healing for the duration. It can only be worn by a blood rager. Quarterstaff +4 flat. Not bad, but no one uses a quarterstaff. They exit. Crippling kiss. First S-Stuck in a game. Hey. First S-Stuck in a game. Exotic +3 keen finesse will. -2 penalty on attack rolls. And it stacks. Saving throws and skill checks until the end of a combat. That's a boss killer, that one. But no one can wield S-Stocks. Weaver of Cursed Thorns. Shoot 20 units of cursed ammunition when submission hits an enemy must press a reflex. Or entangle. Land. There's more to this map. We're not done. I thought we were done, shit. It depends with land, he has huge perception, maybe there is something here. We're gonna check what's over there too, of course.
Move out.
I sense something.
Sicorian diary in a burned binding.
Take a look.
Together, we stand. This was simple enough. Call me again if you need to.
Physical perfection. Strength, dexterity, and constitution. That's a good one. That's a good one. Strength, const. Finally, the first perfection. Nice. Very nice. And I raised armor class for it. It raises so fucking much though, you know. Damage armor class. Saving throws. Health. And a hit chance. Everything, every stat is raised with physical perfection. And you now will deal 17 to 24. She doesn't need 150 HP. Okay. She needs strength and dex. And this is strength and dex, but then I lose armor class. That's far better. But still only three attacks. Lan is with 5. 20 to 30 damage, 17 to 24. Now the bow sucks. Although it doesn't suck, it's Finian plus 3. And it's a long bow. Lan is just better. We need to add some rings. That won't raise damage. Yeah, Lan is just straight fucking broken. But it doesn't hurt to have 2 of them, okay? Why the fuck not? It doesn't hurt to have 2 ranged characters. I'm gonna switch them non-stop from back to back, as I did before. No, I'm not looking at from the perspective of damage and if I can finish combat and similar crap because of companions. I play because of story, okay, to see everything there is, you know. That's why I play. On a second run, I'll scrap all companions aside, we just play with mercs, and then we're gonna look at the numbers only for full unfair. Now we play both hard and unfair to test all fights, and see how companions fare on unfair. Okay. My experience so far was they suck in like 40% of cases. In 60% of cases it was doable on unfair. 40% of some fights are... I don't even see how you're supposed to win with companions on unfair. Especially with Blightma. Especially that one. I don't see the way. Like, I really don't. And I believe beginning is way much harder on unfair than it is right now. Now it's a different story. With Berks, I'll play 10 times faster, people. 10 times faster. Everything will revolve only around combat. I've been to Blackwater. No. That's far away. That's far, far away. Bell of Mercy. All units gain the voice of Bell of Mercy fit, +1 bonus to armor class against demon units attacks. That's cool. Bell of Mercy provides good. That's very good. I hope so. I haven't played that many dungeons since I started. How do we reach Molten Scar? The army just moved. Are you moving, you shits? Stay there so I can explain you how things stand. Because I just upgraded the army. Now we're gonna explain how things stand. Yep, shit, I misclicked. I'm used to move the map with keyboard. You skip a turn when you press W. Take them out now. Would love another slot, then I can take them out. This mages, man. Straight kill, straight kill. Kill, kill. Slow down. Kill them. Don't even want to know what mages can do. Don't want to know. Very good. I hurt now. I bloody hurt now. I hurt a lot with those upgrades. Can't take out the army. There is no way. Mazdek's army was undone, along with his plans to retake. Those were his plans to retake Dresden. The arrogant leader of the demonic host did not deign to join the fight in person. He took flight, abandoning his soldiers. Logistics reform. That was the attack from the Demon Lord. Come on, you're funny. That was freaking weak. Let's see what the Molten Scar is. This is where the skin of the wounded Golarion burst, exposing a flow of boiling magma. The incinerating heat emanating from under the ground did not prevent demons from setting up a base here to assault Dresden time and time again. She is weak, I can't go with her. She's just way too weak. And she's gonna wait. I'll take Wolgief for this. We need a spellcaster. I believe Trickster is the way to go. Before I do it, no. Let's do this fast. Where is she, the demon? Succubus. There you are. By the Temple of Desna. Makes sense. Demon's Terror. Crippling Kiss is exotic. No one will ever use that exotic. It's money. For bonus to initiative, no one. Blood Rager, no one. Deal. 72,000 out of one map. Nice. Never seen a bigger hub in my life. At least for a CRPG. Girl's rubby eyes stare watchfully at passers-by who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? What do you think of the powers I gave you? A great temptation. Don't know if I should be trusted with such power. I certainly wouldn't trust it myself with it. When you have so much power, it's easy to decide you're a god and the mortals are your toys. Perhaps I should wait until after we defeat the forces of the Abyss. But that's precisely what these powers are for. You take a great risk, I'm not sure I can handle the temptation. It's hard enough as it is. We're being attacked by demons with unusual powers. You know anything about them? Back in Alushinira, there were rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Descari performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here on material plane, these rumors were embellished with lots of details. Some say demons undergo rituals acquired from Zomkuton. Others say they feed on blood of angels, or Qlipots, or demon lords. Still others say that there are no experiments, and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future. A future in which the demons have already taken all of Golarion. Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? There's no way to know. Naturally, none of these rumors give any indication on where the demons came from. Sorry, I can't help. The only thing that's clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. What are you doing here? I'm watching. She nods at the city dwellers as they hurry past, listening to their conversations, studying their faces, trying to understand what they truly are. Have you learned anything new about mortals? They love cats. Arushali speaks in a very serious manner if she's sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then a moment later she smiles to give the joke away. Seriously, have your observations of humans led to anything? I wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions, only been watching them for a short while. I think I have understood one thing. The Succubi have a saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't talking, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now I see this isn't true. You mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you create a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie because the daydream is your truth. Why do you like to watch people? When in my old life, I thought I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. I could trap them in a lie or lie myself and never get caught. Disgusting to remember, but that was my life for many centuries. Now I see. I knew nothing. Demon Warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to trust the spear for a quick death and where to trust it for a long and painful one. If he thinks that's enough, my knowledge it was of the same kind. I ruined many mortals without learning the first thing about them. I watched them to understand them. This won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still, by growing closer to these mortals, it's like I'm paying back some part of my debt to victims' memories. Don't you think you're being a little creepy? I don't mean any harm. Of course, before I don't have any answers. Tell me about yourself. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm gonna tell you. Where did Succubi come from? Did you have a childhood? No, well yes, but in brief, the Abyss is nothing like the mortal world. Arushali makes a gesture in the air, trying to find the right words. You remember life since conception. You don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Normally, when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which plane they go. Most often, those who arrive in the abyss turn into larvae. You know, the little worms no one notices until you step on them. They crawl in the mud for centuries, devouring each other, and the strongest one turns into demons. I know how the transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them, like caterpillars out of butterflies. No, it's the other way around. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them, like so much clay. I don't know what happened to larvae that they used to make me, and my own memory. It begins with vague, fragmentary images, terrors, executions, orgies. I remember some poor lad half gnawed by larvae. He was crying and begging to be killed. And I pointed at him and laughed, and said I wouldn't. Desna, forgive me, I'm so ashamed. How did you end up turning against the abyss? Temptation. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant. And all that's enjoyable and tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of kind gods often think so, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a temptress. Well, it was my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. As you know, demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams, so I decided it would be interesting to see for myself, and while I was at it, forgive me, that goddess to mock Desna. This priestess lay in my arms, dying of my kiss. I remember every smallest detail, the cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back into her head, her weak whisper. It's so difficult to recount. Well, I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like, but the goddess saw me in her realm, and it turned out I remained there far longer than I planned. What did Desna do to you? As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She could easily have blown me away like smoke with a flick of her finger. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even less so with demons. But for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in me the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me. All those humans, I knew nothing of them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams, and the world without pity trampled each of them and placed them on a path that led to the abyss. Their memories sold their hopes and pain. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hopes and dreams. And that although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever with those beastly boring pleasures and tortures of the abyss. I can be free, I can be myself if I only understand who I am. You don't know who you are. What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there many mortals who can make that claim? Before returning me to mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked me, and what do you dream of? And I don't know, I still don't. You see, demons are simple creatures. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was, a ball of desire without anyone behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, for flattery and food. But now I have me, and it's amazing, but it's so complicated. What did you do after Desna converted you? I traveled in the beginning. I thought it was wise to keep away from demons and their temptations. Run up to Absalom, or perhaps even further to another plane. I realized that I didn't deserve freedom yet. The abyss was still in me. It called me, tempting me, seducing me. If I ran away, I would soon return to my old habits. That is why I came here, to join the war, to remember who my enemy is, to defeat the demons, not just for the mortal world, but for myself as well. Because if I don't kill my past, it will always be reaching for me. I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported back to the priests of Desna whatever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them as well. I would never been caught, but when I learned the Scari was planning an attack on Kenabres, there was no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you, and paid with my freedom. Should have joined the Crusaders openly from the start. Amazing, the anarchy of the Abyss was slavery for you, but you found freedom in the army. You should have joined the Crusaders openly from the start. Maybe I could have found a unit that would accept me, or maybe the first mortals I revealed myself to would have killed me. You. Man. I prefer to act in shadows until I knew how to expect from myself and through others. So do you worship Desna now? The goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever deserved. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I try not to trouble her with my prayers. May I ask you a personal question, the kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus? You wanna talk about sex? Arusha looks you in the eye. Ask me anything, I'll not keep secrets from you, but don't expect to hear anything light-hearted or pleasant. The kiss of a succubus is deadly, isn't it? Not just the kiss. Any cares of any kind suck the life from mortals. There's nothing I can do about it. For mortals, tenderness is tenderness and violence is violence. But I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. I just hope my observations of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses, even what mortals condemn as promiscuity. To me, it looks like something amazingly human. You mean you don't just watch people during the day out in the street? I never touch anyone, I never harm anyone, I just watch and listen. Is that bad? You must respect others' privacy. Please restrict yourself to observing people in public. If you say so, I'm sorry if I did something wrong. I haven't quite figured out how mortal life works. What is sex between demons like? Everything demons do is a sort of cannibalism. Each devours mortals and other demons in their own way. Some enjoy literally tearing off pieces of flesh with their teeth. Others like to subdue and turn their prey into slaves and living tools. Some feed on others' humiliation. It comes in different forms, but the essence is always the same. Another being is an object to be used for your own pleasure. Demon sex doesn't differ from any other type of violence. In my former life, it was something I did to others, or others did to me. Only one person ever received pleasure, not the other. Do you still feel desire? She keeps a long silence. She's ready for the right word. You see, on the one hand, my succubus nature remains with me. I feel the desire I feel is the one from my old life. When I look at any mortal, I immediately imagine how she looks away. But that feeling, the desire, is not what mortals feel. When you like someone, you don't ponder how good it would feel to drink their soul, do you? You think about how good it will feel to be together. Together, you see. You know how to want someone and at the same time not want to destroy them. For me, it's always one and the same. I'm not even talking about love, just a common mutual affection of mortals when they're not poisoned with violence. Now I know that I never felt it. It's hard to imagine how it's even possible. You know, a drop of vital energy is a small price to pay for your kiss. Don't joke like that. For me, it's not a joke at all. I'm not kidding. I can easily spare a bit of vital essence for the sake of a kiss. Her cheeks blush faintly, her lips open a little, and she wets them with the tip of her tongue. Sighing deeply, she answers with apparent effort. I never want to feel such pleasure again, not with anyone ever. If I kiss anyone, I want to be sure that the kiss brings us both pleasure, not pain. Her voice grows soft, and you barely hear her words. I should like to kiss someone again, but only as a mortal, not as a demon. Thank you for being so open. Tell me about life in the Abyss. I can't tell you about all of the Abyss, unless in a small part. If you like, I can tell you about the Midnight Isles and Alushinira. Tell me about the Midnight Isles. In the ocean of Ishiar, not far from the mouth of the river Styx, there is a chain of islands. This is the realm of Nocticula, the queen of the succubi. There is no sun there, only moonlight night. alternating with a moonless one. Each of the islands is one of Nauticula's trophies, the remains of a powerful entity that perished at her hands. As you see, you cannot take a step in the abyss without treading on corpses. Alushinira. Porphyry city in Nauticula's capital. There is no city like it in mortal world. Absalom is a village in comparison. Millions, and don't exaggerate, millions of demons and mortals live there. Some come voluntarily, not only from Golarion, but from other planes as well. Nauticula keeps an open boundary and enjoys having many guests, merchants and travelers in the city. Some arrive in chains. The slave trade is the most thriving business in the city. From afar, the city may seem as a merry place. Many of its dwellers do enjoy themselves until it's their turn to become someone else's toy. It's a city of suffering, of cheerful, festive torments that everyone in the city inflicts on those around them. What are some places of interest in Alushinira? The heart of the business quarter is flesh markets, where the slave trade takes place. I grew up in the mansion of Lady Valexia. Her house is always full of guests doing their best to entertain her. Those whose performance is not to her liking risk remaining at her house forever. The main attraction of the Succubi city is of course the brothels, the 10,000 delights. I need not tell you what they offer. If you can imagine it, someone is selling it. Not far from there you can find the Harem of Ardent Dreams, which serves as a sort of a city hall. Shamira, Nauticula's right hand and mayor of Alushinira, receives her visitors there. For those who prefer bloodier sport, there are many arenas in the city. The most famous of them is Battle Bliss. Battles run continuously without breaks and without rules. It doesn't matter what trickery you use to win, it only matters how much fun the crowd is having. And above it all towers the House of Silken Shadows, Nauticula's palace. Hundreds, thousands of towers and domes adorned with jewels. There are legends of what happens inside. Many have striven to experience the delights of the Succubi's Queen's palace, forgetting that it was built for her pleasure, not theirs. What can you tell me about Nauticula? She's called the Lady in Shadow. They say that she was the first succubus. She's far from the most powerful of the demon lords, but this hasn't kept her from being the ruin of many creatures significantly more powerful than herself, even building her kingdom upon their bones. They say that, like Lamastru, she strives to turn herself from a demon lord into a true goddess. She enjoys killing, but her favorite tools are seduction and deception. She only stoops to crude violence when there are no other games to play, and even then she backstabs from the shadows. Her favorite weapon is a crossbow, though a silk garrote would suit her better. If you should ever meet her, do not believe a word she says, and do not fall for her provocations. Do not try to beat her at her own game, and most importantly remember, the worst mistake anyone can make is to underestimate her. Holy shit, that's it. Have to go. I think I read like an entire book today during the stream, okay? I'm 8 hours online, alright? And from those 8 hours, I've been reading at least 5. Without a break. Oof. No, if you kiss a succubus, you die. She sucks your soul. Very deep companion with no voice acting, and what's even worse, they have a good voice actor for this succubus. Because I know that mounted combat is bugged. That's why. And I went for the shared choice from Kingmaker with a weapon bond. And after all, you smack better with weapon bond.
Head on!
We stick with a cheese crostata. Travel further.
Tell me, Regil, back when you were a regular soldier, did you get whipped a lot?
Just the right amount to make me a decent fighter.
And frankly, it requires one more run with companions, you know? No matter what I say about unfair and so on, it requires one more run so you can play with other companions too, see how they react with certain quests. Their options in conversations and so on, they're just way too many. You know, you can't see them all. But we got nothing to do. We can get out. You can use Animal Companion without being mounted, of course. But then it's a mess, you know. Already that freaking thing is a bloody mess for me right now. That I have. I've been playing 90% without this companion. Triceratops. It's just fucking huge. I can't apply tactics, I can't do anything. They get stuck, you know.
I lead, you follow.
I don't want to get stuck while I play. You should have like, I don't know. I think it's 13 points into Dex, so you... 14 later on, but 13 at the start. So you can have precise strikes and whatnot. Outflanks for Blood Rager. Huge strength, of course. Solid constitution. And it's a bloodline. I don't know if bloodliner, I will need to check, but I believe he also needs a bit of charisma. If it's a bloodliner. Blood Rager. And that's about it. Xentaros, thanks for the follow. So many companions, man, it's fucking crazy. Why do you also go with them? Because I equip them. That's why. I want to equip the rest. I need more gear. Wait for the result. I hope it's not bugged with this stupid result. I haven't checked the journal in the last 4 days. When the Dark Hunter for the Kelissa will strike soon. I wonder when. Go to the Heart of Mystery. Sword of Valor. Tarantula of Scales. Explore the Ivory sanctum. Know thy enemy. It's the main quest to discover the secret behind Demon's powers. So I do this the fucking last. Ivory sanctum. Explore the Molten Scar. Find out how demons are sneaking into Crusader territory. We are going towards Molten Scar. I'm quite sure of it. Now, from what side do I access Molten Scar? Hope I can do it like this. Hey, army. Where is that movement? I'm gonna intercept them immediately, smack them. Better to intercept them and be at peace for the next 30 days. Let me finish with the combat and I'll check it out. I'll tell you in detail what to do. These archers are crazy good. Crazy good. Primal is Blood Rager, eh? Let's see. There's nothing much to think about, okay, it's a straightforward build. It's really a straightforward build. You just pop the Blood Rage non-stop from Mythic Pots, you're gonna go with... Let me see just the attribute points. Yeah, as I said, okay. I don't know, you can go with a safe way, depends on the difficulty you're playing with, alright? It really depends on the difficulty you're playing. I wouldn't go more than 14 points into Charisma, you're gonna smack a lot. You let it with leveling, or with buffs, or with items, okay? So don't go way too much in Charisma. Since you won't be using team feats from the start, you don't need 13, you need precise strikes and outflank, okay, and you need 13 for it, so you can save one point over here, let's say, perhaps even 2. The main problem would be the leveling here. 1 point is aloft. On a level up, you're gonna level Constitution first, then you're gonna level Dexterity when you get attribute points to level up, and then you're gonna put it all into Strength. That would be the safe build. The risky build... The risky build would be like this. Why? Because you don't use team feats. Okay. And you rush it like this. You're gonna hurt a lot, especially when you rage. As what do I pick? Primalist, yeah. So I showed you what's safe and I showed you what's risky. When you get your first ability point, you're gonna put it into Dex, so you can have precise strikes and outflank. Alright. That's about it. Okay. It really ain't anything special, it's a straightforward build. Now you probably wanna play with two-handed weapons, yeah. Most of them are not available right now. What you can do, you can go with a power attack, you can go with a weapon of choice, pick something for weapon focus. I would pick glaives, because you're gonna receive a lot of good glaives at the start. And then around level 10 I would respec and I would switch to greatswords. That's what I would do. But I would pick glaives immediately from the start, because we know we're gonna find great glaives. So glaives should be the favorite weapon. Then power attack, hammer the gap, extra blood rage, precise strikes, shake it off, outflank, improved critical with glaives, then on respec, weapon focus, greatsword, improved critical greatsword. Once you respec. What else? Dodge is good. Toughness, of course. You can take toughness also very early on, so you get a lot more HP. This shit. This doesn't matter right now. Don't look at this. I just want to go forward. And from the bloodline, I told you, if you want to transform into a dragon, you'll stick with dragons. The celestial bloodline will, since you're fighting a lot of demons, it's a solid option. You'll be resilient against demons and you'll deal a lot of damage against demons. Okay, so you can pick draconic or celestial. Stay away from arcane. You will stay away from abyssal. No, definitely it's either dragon or celestial. Nothing else. Celestial fits the game well because of a lot of demons. This shit I would pick Gorum, or is there anything for glaives? There is Shaylin for glaives, if you wanna stick with glaives, of course, if you don't wanna switch to great swords. There's also for skites, you're gonna receive a good skite also early on, +4. That about it. Believe it or not, that's about it. Now what spells to learn? Or better to say to use for the start, especially the tutorial area. Enlarge. Magic missiles. Magic weapon. Reduce person on land if you wanna hit more often. You don't need anything else. True strike is great. Excuse me. True strike is great. So what I said, you can use those 5 spells. When you receive next, you will go with Mirror Image as the first one, so you don't get hit. Protection from arrows. See invisibility. You don't need anything else. You'll get it from others. From the third one, Haste, no brain. Heroism, no brain. Greater magic weapon. Rage. Greater animal aspect. You can also become a Dragon Disciple later on if you want a multi-class. At least I think so. You need Knowledge Arcana for that. He can go into Arcana, let me see. If you can go into Arcana, you can also mix it like that. Primalist. If you plan to become a Dragon Disciple, then you'll take Knowledge Arcana and it's the way open for Dragon Disciple too. So you're gonna have a Dragon line or a Celestial line, and then you can turn into Dragon from Dragon Disciple, or vice versa. You stick just with Blood Rager, but Celestial, okay? And then when you take Dragon Disciple, you turn into Dragon. Okay, it's time for builds, I guess. Who else wants to ask what? Since I'm here now. Exactly like that. If you missed something what I said, you can always rewatch the video. Alchemist, Vivisectionist. We go in order, let's go. Of course, I won't go through every race. There is no fucking way I can go through every race because I'm way too tired for it. Vivi. What I said in my builds, you're gonna apply that background. I won't read right now for that. Since we know that demons resist everything at the start, as well as other enemies, and at the start is like the hardest, force bombs and frost bombs will work well on leveling. Holy bombs, of course, against undead is a no-brain, so you'll need all three versions: force, frost, and holy bombs. In what order, that's your choice. Avoid shock bombs. And avoid crowd control bombs like Tanglefoot and similar garbage. And blinding bombs and so on. On easier difficulties you can go with it. On harder, no. Just fucking no. From mutagens, you plan to play as a sneaky backstabbing motherfucker, you're gonna go with dexterity, but then it's gonna go into weapon finesse in feats, and then you're also gonna need a bit of strength, I guess. But you're gonna bring it back with gear and with buffs, and perhaps even with mutagen. If you go with high dex, you take strength mutagen. If you go equally, then you take dexterity mutagen. This will be the safe way. This will be the risky way On a level, you're gonna put a point into Constitution. After that, you ramp up Intelligence. And that's it. Use Magic Device immediately. Mobility. Then you can go with Knowledge Arcane or Trickery, it's your choice. Now same here, extra bombs. Precise shots. Weapon finesse. What mythic pots I took on Volgief you can easily take on Vivisectionist. Spells same as I said in my build. And of course you can always mix with like at least 10 classes as Vivisectionist easily. Best to do it with a Barb. Barbarians with Vivisectionist is just great. What level you go for a Dragon Disciple? As soon as it's available if you wanna roll with Dragon Disciple. Invisibility rogue possible for a solo run or a game 2 card. It depends on the difficulty. But considering how melee you are and without spells, without buffs, without anything at all, I believe it's freaking impossible. At least for harder difficulties. And what else did you ask? Leech Sage Sorcerer. It should be Dampier. At least I think so. We're gonna turn back once I do this. GB and Necromancer. This is the one we want for Talaborn. Aji Bachan. Sage Sorcerer. Those would be ability points, 10, 18, 10, 28, 8 for a Dampier. If you wanna play as Dampier, of course. You can play as other races too. Arcana. Use Magic Device. Persuasion. Lore Religion. Spell Focus. Necromancy into Greater Spell Focus, Necromancy into Precise Strikes, into Spell Penetration, into Greater Spell Penetration, into probably Empower later on. From Mythic Feats, it depends what type of Necro you wanna play. You wanna play a Curse Necro or a Summoner Necro, and that's how you pick your Mythic Feats. You'll see what's for Summon, what's for Curses, what's for Spell damage, but I like Abundant Casting, because Abundant Casting is like freaking insane, dude. That's it for the first 5-6 starting fits. Definitely that's it. For the sorcerer's bonus feat, we don't offer nothing there. Spell pants, spell specialization. Later on in the game, level 15 and onwards, you can go into spell specialization, but it's broken. Until they fix that, you don't go with spell specialization. I hope they're gonna fix it with patches. Necromancy, greater. Now it's already a good start. For this, it really doesn't matter. Go with Lore Legion. Like, it doesn't matter at all. You don't need it for the skills. You'll have others for those. Since it's a Necro, you always pick all spells from Necro. Alright. Now, what's very... we need magic missiles. 1 magic missiles for the start, even though it's a Necro. It doesn't matter. And after that, you're gonna take everything from Necromancy. Strength penalty ain't bad, sickening is good. Eventually you'll learn them all. Easily. And if not like that, you'll learn them from scrolls. Alright. So it doesn't matter that much what you pick. You are weak at the start. I already said it 1 million times. Sorcerers, in the first 5 levels or so, they're weak. Extremely weak. Mediocre from 5 to 12, 13. After 12, 13, they become overpowered. Deity also. Something dark, I guess. But frankly, it doesn't matter. Netis, maybe. You pick what you like here. That about it. yeah, we play more. Good primal druid. I hate druids so fucking much. I can't stand druids. You need to decide first when you wanna go with claw attacks, bite attacks. You need to connect with animal companion. Magic Fang is the first one you'll take. Summon Nature's Ally then. Aspect of the Falcon. Barkskin. Lesser Restoration. Stone Call. Another Nature's Ally. Call Lightning, although it won't deal damage. No, not Call Lightning, fuck it, still resistant to that. That worked in Kingmaker. Greater Magic Fang. Resist Energy Communal. Nature Ally 3, Animal Aspect Greater. Echolocation. Freedom of Movement. Protection from Energy Communal. Flame Strike. Stone Skin. Animal Growth. Baleful Polymorph. Salamander. Cave Fangs. That's what you're gonna take and use. Stone Skin Communal. Everything that's mess is good to have. Sirocco. Huge Elemental, Nature's Ally. Mass Heal. True Seeing. Umbral Strike. Legendary Proportions. Summons. Frightful Aspect. Elder Worm. Tsunami. Shape Change. Those are good spells. Alright, since it's Animal Companion, I think it was somewhere around here. Lord Nature, I'll speak up scheme, we go with Nomad. Max the Wisdom. You wanna turn and transform non-stop. This is a solid start. Just like this. Athletics, Nature, Perception. Oh, feats. This is why I hate Druids a lot. You can use Conjuration if you plan to summon a lot. If not, if you plan to buff. And Transform, you'll use Transmutation. I would advise Transmutation because there's a lot of free summoning. Okay, I mean, transforming over here. But you'll eventually end up with both. Both Conjuration and Transmutation. Toughness also, very good to have. You're gonna go in with melee. You need to decide with your favorite weapon if it's gonna be bites or claws. Test both out, you can always respec. I believe it's better to go with claws and natural attacks. That's what I believe. Now, if we can max later on with a monk, you want to max out with a monk because you want to have those extra attacks. Okay, so that's also very important. I believe you can max Druid with a monk. If there is an option, take like 2 or 3 levels. So you can receive those extra attacks. Since you do plan to morph, alright. Since we know how hard the game is, I would take the highest armor class in Mastodon as a companion. You can go with Gozra. It fits Druid well. Or Erastiel, your choice. I would go with Gozra. That about it. About mythic feats, I explain nearly every class. Like every fucking class that exists, and I'm releasing those videos on my YouTube channel. There are some mythic feats that are just straight great. They're OP. They're good to have on everyone. Last stand, for example, on every melee is a fucking must. On every caster, abundant casting will save you a lot of time because you don't want to rest much. For every ranged, you just use what I use on LAN. I already tested it. We know how it works. For every sneak attack backstabbing motherfucker in the game, you use what I use on Woljev. For summoners, you have summoning mythic pots. For spell penetration, you get spell penetration mythic pots because we know how resilient enemies are. For squishy casters. That's about it. The one mythic pot I took, for example, an Oracle with Diran, the one when he turns into a statue and he doesn't move when he gets barred to sing. That's very cool if your class will never attack. Like Diran doesn't attack at all, okay? He just casts spells, and it's very good to turn him into a statue for the AoE buff. Because he can still cast spells. He cannot move, but he can still cast spells. I'm using it quite often on Diran, if you noticed. That Bard Aura. It comes from a mythic pot. It's very useful. For retards like Diran, it's very useful. It really doesn't matter how you wanna go with Regal. As long as you max out Hell Knight on 10, you're gonna end up on 10-10, right? Now, you always take where you get most from level to level. Check what you get. Okay, if you get 2 different things instead of 1, then you go for Armiger. Then if you get 2 different things instead of 1 for Hell Knight, then you go for Hell Knight. And that's how you switch them until it's 10-10. You can give him sneak attacks with Vivisectionist if you want to. Put 1 point into Vivisectionist for sneak attacks. On Regal. If you really plan to play with him. Can I win this? There is a fucking thing over here, but I doubt I can win it. There is no way. Is there a way to win this? Shears. Fighters. Nalpenshi. 600 Dretches. Glabrezio. There is just a way to win this. They're just way too fucking tough, and the general is also good. Level 6. There is no way, I need bigger army. This stupid wretch. You came to your own death. Good. This is straight pain over there. We need just one more unit, and then I can win it. That depends on items you find, okay? You don't need to max out strength that much if you don't want. Your next point when you go with dex on 13 will be 1 point into dex to be 14, okay? So you raise your armor class. So you raise your hit chance. Alright, because it's a waste of point if you go with 21 strength and you leave 13 dex. Because 21 doesn't count, it counts on 20 and on 22. But it will count when it's 13 and you invest 1 and then it's 14 plus 2. So your next ability point will be into dexterity. And then you put it up to strength. You don't want to have 21-13. You want to have 20-14. I'm gonna retreat from here. It's way too fucking hard. And the shit is broken too. And I was headed towards Molten Scar. Yo. I forgot where I was, goddammit. No one fatigued. Not a big map. What is this? Living hell? Wow. $14 because it becomes 14 plus 2 and then your stats change and you actually get something good out of it. If it's 21 strength, you gain nothing. It needs to be 22. That's how the game works.
Move out!
Vraks. Better beasts also follow me. Get your talents off me. Stop the Vrak sorcerers. Vrak sorcerers.
Rules are made
Diran.
to be broken.
Like, out of everyone here, you go first, do you?
No one stands in my
We'll try without
way.
buffs.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Rely on me. I will help where I can.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Ah, shit. Where's my shield? It bugged out. I hope I do have a shield. It bugged out. It acts like I have a shield in it. Scylla also acts like she has a shield and she doesn't. The Bard song I was talking about, Battle Meditation. You see, when he's useless, he can sing. How many Vraks are here? What the fuck? See if they can burn. Ah, Tiran. No, 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 no. The fuck you hit all wall G4? Easy without buffs, man. With the bless. With the spores.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
I was discussing about his domains for like 20 minutes in a row. It's on some of my videos. I believe I took knowledge domain on Regil.
Head on!
I already released those videos on YouTube for sure.
Missed me already.
Something wrong?
Battles await.
Together, we stand.
Irimosi pravisi. Irimosi pravisi. Amranda gratur.
Commander,
Are we in trouble
I
yet?
welcome your
I
company.
think it's enough. Should be enough. It depends how tough this thing is. Vori Merak. I still have haste. I got
you
good hope.
follow.
A large Vrak looks at you, training her disgusting bold neck. Her piercing scratch sounds menacing. Why are you here? You wanna become demons too? Vraks will transform you right away. Who are you? Vorimerak, wise Vrak, magical Vrak, snatcher of pathetic humans, maker of demons. Other Vraks said Vorimerak was dumb. Leave chicken head, they said, and Vorimerak became the favorite human like Zentir, the plagued one. Now making demons out of humans. Who's dumb now? Drops of saliva fly out of the animal's beak, carrying the stench of death. Long have philosophers wrestled with the question of what makes us superior to demons. We too are susceptible to evil, we're smaller, we're weaker, and so on and so forth, yet when I look upon this creature, I can categorically declare that we mortals are superior to demons because we do not look like tethered scarecrows. Give me land that wasn't aimed at you. Don't worry, I'll say the same to you when I tip a bucket of slops over your head. What are you doing here? Vorimerak is making an army. She sends her flock to get humans, sealing sailors at night. The ones she steals, she transforms, makes good demons with sharp teeth. Will kill you. The rock bursts into shameless screeching laughter. Why Zentir, the plagued one, told her to fly here and gather an army, harm humans. He doesn't have time to do it himself, he's busy reading and thinking. He said he would give the Vrak horrific power, like the strongest demons have. My Zentir, the Plagued One, knows the secret how to pour more power into demons. When he rewards the Vrak, she will tear off the heads of everyone who banished Vorimerak. And with the others she will hunt you from the skies, pathetic humans. Let me get this straight, you served a wise mage, but he sent you somewhere far away here with a very quick important task. I can't imagine what possessed him to do that. Who could refuse such a passionate and quick-witted helper? Sure, he's lost without you. Stupid mortal, why Zentir the Plagued One never get lost? He's too clever. Where did you learn how to turn humans into demons? Vrak shows you her wrinkled red fist. A piece of paper is clenched within it, smeared with soot and blood. All knowledge, the wise Vrak read it and did it. The savvy tiefling has serious doubts that the Vrak has ever read anything in her entire life. The savvy tiefling thinks that the wise Vrak is telling fibs. The Vrak is wise, the Vrak could not read the scratches, but Zentir the Plagued One ordered the Vrak to get a silver-tongued elf who knows ancient words. Translated everything. He was screaming in pain while Zentir was eating him. The Vrak is truly wise. Bluff, intimidate, give me the paper, or I'll scatter your bird brains all over the rocks. The Vrak recalls verily and lets out an angry screech. What? Here we come to get the paper. Take your stupid paper. The Vrak will find a new one, even better. And Vrax will kill you. Crumpling the paper, the Vrak throws it at your feet, distracted. Fuck your spores. Pillager. That will be a harder rock.
Onwards!
Can you just straight on attack this one or not?
Oh, the waiting's never
Or he just escapes like that? Thomas Vollard. Jana Aldori. Let me see if we can just straight attack without the paper. And what paper did we got? Weird. A quick check. See what happens if I just straight attack. Will it escape or not? Attack. The Vrak will make an army, invite Zentir the Plague One, blah 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 blah.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh. So is it better to take a paper to fight? That's the question now.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
What level are you? Vorimerak. 15. See what it lives.
Tactical retreat.
If you intimidate, it escapes.
I can't die now.
I'm not nearly rich enough.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Vrag that was turning Crusaders and Demons to be stopped. Now the commander can inform Irabet that the threat has been eliminated and the troops need no longer fear sudden attacks. Body Merak, page smeared with blood and soot. Someone written over the ancient elven runes in blood. Just one fragment in the corner is readable. Not a portal, but a soft spot in the space of the world. Many gods and demons have the power to open such rift. Doing this will not be to their liking, so they will leave the request unanswered. Therefore, one shoot. Text below is covered by the Vrag's blood. Avenging Ring. Whenever this ring becomes target of an attack of opportunity, the attacker suffers 1d8 force damage. Interesting. Mighty Fists. Protection. Yeah, 60, 560, 2000 for Merak, 2800, yeah, 2800, around 2800. We do all of those checks. And we'll probably do the fight on unfair also, of course. Because it counts as some mini boss or so. My favorite CRPG. Tough question. Tough question. When I was younger, it was Baldur's Gate 2. Until I played Wasteland 3. And then I had a lot of fun with Wasteland 3. And now it might be this one. Now it might be Breath of the Righteous. What did I say? 2800, yeah. Only 52 with intimidation. Oh, it's so much not worth it. Bleh. Bleh.
Let's have some
Bleh.
fun.
Bleh. Vrak recalls when and lets out an angry screech. Here we come to get a paper. Take your stupid paper. The Vrak will find a new one even better. Vraks will kill you. Crumpling the paper. The Vrak throws it at your feet to distract you. I do not know what is the good option here at all. At all. First of all, I don't see the paper that I took off from his corpse when I killed him. That's the first thing. The second thing, he drops a good ring. And what does it? Stop the Vrak sorcerers. It's not this one. That's when I kill them. And this one. I wanna see the journal also. What changes in journal when I decide to go like this. And then we're gonna do it on unfair. Okay. I don't know if I should let him go though. I really don't have a clue. I don't have a read. Are they demons? Or not? I heard this. Stop. Okay. We test the fight with loons on unfair. It's like I didn't feed them, okay? Like, they eat properly, you know. And they eat a lot. Look at him. Look at him. Look, look. Look at him. He thinks I'm not seeing him, alright? He really thinks I'm looking at the screen right now. Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu. Brush. They're unbelievable. Alright. What did I say? Unfair.
Missed me already.
Unfair. Ooh.
Together we stand.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Ivory. The odds are against us. I like
Smile. The world's not ending
Don't
just
mind
yet.
me.
There.
They will break against our resolve.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Simply business.
My bad luck, they're so fucking tough. But we got to see.
This will leave a bruise.
It shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Double stunts. No, it's a penta stun. What the fuck?
This will leave a bruise. I'm alright.
Scratch, man. Holy shit, fucking finally. Bad dice rolls now. Extremely bad dice rolls.
Can you just die already?
Fucking finally good. Good.
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
It's way much harder on unfair. But it's also quite doable.
Tactical retreat. No.
Into the fray.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough. Tactical retreat. No.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
No reason to pause.
I welcome your company.
Not a big deal, to be honest, even on unfair. Not a big deal at all. I think I just got way too strong. It suffers from the same problem that Kingmaker suffered from, you know. Exactly the same problem as I seen Kingmaker. Disgusting start, extremely hard game at start. I'm speaking about unfair difficulty only, of course. And then it turns into a freaking stomp. Then you can actually kill nearly every enemy on unfair. The safest bet and the safest option for me is with this save. We won't use Intimidate, we're just gonna attack. And we loot the entire place. I love the ring he leaves. I'm not sure that's the right choice though. There might be something else, you know, later on. Easily. I'll try without buffs. This is hard now.
Can we retreat already?
Harder without buffs.
Tactical retreat.
Victory is worth the pain.
A lot harder without buffs.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly feeling rich enough. It's all your fault.
And that pillager, he looks harder than the actual boss.
Tactical retreat. No.
But it's easy. I'll be honest, it's easy.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Even without bugs. We tested this fight in 3-4 different ways.
No reason to pause.
No matter how you put it, it's easy.
I welcome your company.
I don't steal. I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me.
Move out. Take a look.
Arcane Eradication. Range touch attack rolls. And +5 competence bonus on use magic device. Gloves are straight great. Great. We see who's gonna use them though, but they're fucking great. Great looking map too. Thomas, Bollard, John Aldor. Sader in front of you looks terrible. His skin is charred and cracked, oozing blood. Horrible claws are growing from under his nails, tearing them from the fingers, and barely controlled madness is flickering in his eyes. The wheezing coming from the knight's bloody throat is like the growl of an animal. Help in the name of all the gods. Who's been watching the knight with an expression of sympathy suddenly jerks away and poised to the furthest cage. Another figure is hunkered down inside, one that seems suspiciously familiar. It looks like Jana, the new recruit of Eagle Watch who deserted after the demon attack on the Houndheart's camp. Who are you? Gathering his strength, he replies, Crusaders abducted during an exploratory mission. I'm Vollard, and this is Thomas. Do you know anything about the girl in the other cage? No, they brought her in after. She could barely stand, she was weak from exhaustion. She hadn't eaten in days. Vrax tossed her in the cell. I haven't touched her since. He hasn't talked to us either. How did you get here? We were exploring the gorge of Anivia's orders and ran into them. Vrax attacked us, beat us up, dragged here. Thought they wanted to eat us. It would be better if they had. You shouldn't underestimate the guild of demons. Your family's commander save us. What did they do to you? We put her some horrifying ritual. Maybe that's how Arilu tormented her test subjects. The pain is unbearable, Commander. Like being dipped in boiling water and then dragged over a grate. I saw the abyss. It lunged at me like a wild beast, putting its vile poison into me. It entered my bones, turning them into molten metal. The Vrax said that I would be their soldier. Thomas and I are the first ones they've done this to. I think they make a kind of tunnel through their cruel world and field gushes in from there. They pump it into us and make us fight for their side. It pains me to think about it, but a few times I thought the demons I killed looked like some of my friends. People I thought had died. Now I know what happened to them. What should we do with you now? Help us or kill us, but don't abandon us like this. The pain is unbearable. It's taking over my mind. I'm afraid I will kill someone. Maybe the clerics can cure us. They got a crimson rage. Demonic pestilence that clouds the minds with unbridled fury. Mongrel infants are sometimes born with this affliction. There is no cure for it. But we do know ways to fight this scourge, to control it. Maybe my kinfolk could help you. Our troubles have a common source. Chaotic demon mythic path, Eon mythic path. Len is right, go to mongrels, they will take care of you. Go to my camp if the clerics don't cure you. Then they will at least take care of you. Build has no place in our ranks. Oh, go to mongrels. They will take care of you. We'll go to mongrels and not inflict ourselves on good ordinary folk. There is no need to strife in their hearts. We're still crusaders. If an hour of need should come, you can count on us, Commander. With your permission, Thomas and I will search the vicinity, now that the wracks have been outed. We need to gather their poor victims. I don't know if that was a smart choice, you know. They're like half demons now. And you, Jana Aldori, Knight Commander. Jana, by the gods, come on. Look alive, we're going to get you out. How did you wind up here? I got lost. Lost my way when I ran. Walked and walked with no food. Then the wracks came. They performed the ritual on you. The one they did on the two captured crusaders. Not before you got here. But I say I'll be next. So what am I supposed to do with you now? I know you're angry with me because I ran. I left you in the middle of a fight against the demons, deserted my duty. It was my first real battle against the actual demons. She's so scared she can barely think straight. I need to get her out of here. I plan to punish the deserter myself. She's a deserter of the Eagle Watch. We can rescue her, but afterwards she's going straight into a cell. But Commander, back home in Mivon, everyone always praised me for my fencing skills. Mainly fencing tournaments and duels. A couple of times I came up against actual marauders. Won every encounter, always won, and I thought I'd come to Mendev, join the Crusaders, and cover myself in real glory. The truth is, I soon realized I'd been a foolish, silly girl. I realized it before the attack on Kinabres, but then I met you, Scylla, and that changed everything. Everything came so easily to you. You could fall into caves below Kinabres, survive terrible dangers, and then turn around and order a tankard of ale in the tavern like it was nothing. You went on the attack on Grey Garrison and came back stronger than ever. Now a companion on Yomade shows a one. And then there's your motto, no glory without risk. You're the heroine I had always imagined myself to be. And that's why I insisted on going with you after those demons. And to keep up with you, to prove I was good as you. And look where it's led me. Heard what the commander said, Jana. Wait here and soldiers from Desmond will come for you and take you to prison. And if it counts for anything, I'm sorry. Damn, it's bugged. Scylla disobeys if you wanna. You can kill Scylla. What the fuck, man? You can kill Scylla. And then Jana disappears. This shit is a big bug. That's gonna be it for today. I'm dead. Dead. 9 hours in a row without a pause. I uploaded level 12. If I didn't, I will tomorrow. I went with another paladin level because she was gaining something crucial. Yeah, because of command. Smite that applies on all characters at once if they struck the same target. That's why I went for it. Okay, and then I went with Stalwart Defender. So she's got both now. People, this is gonna be it for today. I wish you all good night. And thanks for watching. We continue tomorrow as usual. All in all, that's it for now. I'm off to bed. Dead, bloody tired. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow, same time. Yesterday. In 12-13 hours from now is the next stream. Have good dreams, people.